Hey guys, so I thought since I have my nice coffee made, we would talk about a book, because who doesn't like a book and a cup of coffee? So the book that I just finished was Terry Goodkind's Naked Empire, and it was awesome. So I remember one of y'all had talked to me about the Seeker series in the comments. Y'all said y'all really liked the Naked Empire. So I was like, okay, let me finish reading it and I'll make a video on it. And so I just finished it. I've already started Chain Fire because I was like, I gotta know what happens next. But I got Chain Fire, but that's for another video. But for now, this one is Naked Empire, and it is awesome. It's okay. When you read the title, you might be like, is it gonna have things in it? No. All right, so it starts off right after the last one, which is Pillars of Creation, I believe, and that's when Richard meets his sister Jensen. Well, in this one, it goes straight. She's still traveling with them, and they're trying to get somewhere where they meet this guy. And this guy name is Owen, and so Owen does them wrong. This is kind of spoilers, so it's hard, but I'm just gonna go for it, dudes. Owen poisons Richard, so and so Richard, he does it because he needs Richard to come and help his people. His people are people who do not believe in evil. They just don't. But not only that, they are supremely ungifted or pristinely ungifted people. A whole society of people like that, just like Richard's sister, who don't have any magic at all. They can't even comprehend magic. They can't even see magic. And so they need his help because the Imperial Order, which is Jagan's people, have come and just decided to do these people wrong. And they're using them to break into magical places, and they are, because they can't be affected by it, and they are just destroying these poor people. Because these people, they also believe in violence. They don't believe in violence at all. They don't eat no meat. They are very, very gentle. And so, ironically, they poisoned Richard, though, because they said Richard is a person of violence, and it's a person of violence duty to help them. So Richard, if he wants the antidote, he has to go back to their society and help them get free. All right, so there is a wizard called Nicholas the Slide. And Nicholas is a wizard who was made. He was a wizard, but the Sisters of the Dark and the Light, who were enslaved by Jagan, made him into a new creature, a creature who has not been seen in 3,000 years. It's a wizard who can slide into people's souls, why they call him a slide. And he goes into a person's soul and can almost take it out. Like he slides in, and he slides his own soul into theirs and pulls theirs out with him. And so he does it to people, and he keeps them on the edge of death and pulls them out just like that. And uses their souls. He enslaves their souls to put them in animals and birds and stuff like that, so that he can travel around and do weird stuff. He looks, if you read this book, I can imagine Kylo Ren as Nicholas the Slide. You know, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's he's in the new Star Wars movies. He's the guy with the black hair, and he's Han Solo's son who turns evil. Nicholas, in my mind, looks like him because he kind of has that whole description. You know, jet black hair, really kind of skinny, slidey, oiled hair, and just he just is that way. And he wears black and feathers in the top. So I kind of was imagining that certain character. So Richard, he doesn't feel an obligation to help them. He just needs to get the antidotes. And Caitlin feels the obligation because in 2 books ago, she released the chimes. And when she released the chimes, that is what caused these people's barrier to fall, because there was a barrier keeping them protected. It was a very deep barrier, like the one that goes around the keep, the keeper of the underworld barrier that was they used to break up Westland from the horror, from all of those different places. That was here too, and it kept them isolated and safe and healthy, and they didn't have any problems. But after Caitlin released the chimes, it destroyed their protection. That is so Caitlin kind of felt a type of sincere responsibility, because she said, man, if I didn't release those chimes, it would never happen. So so they teach people how to fight. People realized that they were incorrect in their way of thinking, and a lot of things happen. I'm not going to say, I don't want to spoil it too much, and they get the freedom and Richard is close to dying. Like, he's, because not only is he poisoned, but his gift is hurting him as well. His gift is really mangled for some reason. He can't even call on the power of the sword. He is done. He can only use the sword the way he remembers how to use it, but he can't actually call upon its power. So he's in a mess, and he's at the point of dying. Now, at the end, he realizes what went wrong, and he fixes his own power. It was something wrong with him, basically, and he also gets the cure. Just no little spoiler, not the way you think, because they think they're going to get the cure, and then they're going to get the antidote. The antidote is broken up in like 3 places, and Nicholas gets to it first. So just say that. And so it's a really good read. It starts off just a little slow. You have to go with them. You get about to page 50. About page 50, it starts to pick up. Because when it first starts off, you kind of just walking with them and getting to know the characters and getting to know the people again. And a lot of this story, the whole beginning has a lot of backstory in it. Like Terry wants to catch people up. It's like he imagines that you haven't read his series for a long time, because he catches you up a lot. So if you are a person who actually has never read The Seeker, you could start with this one, because I wouldn't recommend it, but you could, because it has a lot of background story in it. And so I was reading, I was like, dang, I already know all this. So it's got a lot of background in it. So you can just go for it. But I would recommend going to the beginning, because this one is a little slow for someone new to this series. Wizard's First Rule is still the best out of the series, in my opinion. So this was very good. I give it a high rating. It is Naked Empire by one of my favorite writers. And I will talk to y'all guys later. I hope y'all enjoyed my coffee and book time, because that's kind of what I want to do now. I read a lot, and I want to do coffee and books with y'all, because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later, and tell me in the comments if y'all have read this book. Have y'all read Chainfire already? Don't tell me any spoilers, because that's going to mess it up for me. And but tell me in the comments if y'all read it already. And I will talk to y'all later. And like I say on all my videos, I am an author. Check out my books and the links back at my channel or in the description box below. And I will talk to y'all guys later with hopefully more reviews. Okay, bye.